Yo, yo, how's it howling YouTube? Today we're going to be reacting to and watching Ichigo versus Yusuke, Bleach versus Yu Yu Hakusho by Death Battle. So this is the first Death Battle for 2026. We're going to be checking this out. Definitely going to post this on YouTube later on. Probably this week, if anything. No. Well, I got to figure out the whole um way that I'm putting out videos a week. I think I want to do a 2 video a week thing actually, because I have a stockpile of stuff that I haven't put out. But all right, sorry, I'm yapping. We're gonna be checking out this death battle. This is interesting. I think it's gonna be one-sided though. I don't know. Who you guys got? You got Ichigo, you got Yusuke. Let me know down in the comments below. This is gonna be a really interesting death battle to watch. So let's go ahead and dive on in. Remember, if you guys like this video so much, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe buttons. They help the channel out so very much. You make this cat howl and be so happy. And yeah, let's go ahead and dive on in. Ooh.
Ichigo Kurosaki versus Yusuke Urameshi.
I really think this is gonna be one-sided. It should, but you never know. It's death battle. They some facts could come out about Yusuke that some of us don't know. So let's see. Oh, the sprite animation looks so good.
It's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Is he walking around? I didn't notice that. Wait. Oh no, that may be his school knapsack. I thought he was walking around with a wheelchair.
Endless nothingness. Jeez, man, I don't know. We just started.
Our souls are ferried by Shinigami,
We just
gods
started.
of death, in an eternal cycle of death and rebirth.
That was my second guess.
And when a soul goes astray, warped by evil and regret, it's a Shinigami's job to purify.
I remember when I first started watching Bleach. Sorry, I know I'm pausing a lot. But it was such a thing to see at first. It was so interesting. Granted, I was still a fresh anime watcher back in like the early 2000s, mid early 2000s. So, but and I didn't have too many known anime under my watching belt, but it was still a very interesting anime to come across. So
by such violent hollows and send them off to the realm of the dead, the Soul Society.
Works
I had
great
never thought.
till it doesn't. Enter
I never
Ichigo
think to
Kurosaki,
look at
whose
Grim
tragic
Reapers
anime
that way.
backstory
But
came
was a
way
very
too early
interesting
when
take.
his mom.
All the specifics of Ichigo. Wait, 29? Is that like right now, like in the point of the manga or the point of anime? I'm not sure, because I feel like he's 30 in the manga. Like after everything is done, and then now we're waiting for like the Hell arc and whatnot. 5'11"? Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Okay. Ichigo Kurosaki is 5'11". That boy is 6'2", if anything. That man is not 5'11". Please don't try to sit here and lie to me. Translator. He's a translator? What has he done translator work? Candidate, the Soul King. Oh yes, he is. Wizard. Oh, I love his visor transformation. Like chocolate Shakespeare. I have that. Am I not paying attention to specifics of Ichigo? I've never heard him like Shakespeare. Japanese name coming. Yep, is red as strawberry.
Was killed by a hollow. Reason number one why you should never want your kid to be the anime protagonist.
Left with his grief, young Ichigo was crushed under the weight of survivor's guilt.
So he lashed out the only way he knew how, beating people up.
But this wound began to heal when he found his calling, upon meeting a Shinigami named Rukia. To stop a powerful hollow, she gave Ichigo her powers, rousing unseen potential within.
Boom! Just like that, Ichigo's a Shinigami.
Substitute
Man,
Shinigami.
his
To carry
first
out his
sword was
duties,
huge.
Ichigo sheds his body for an invisible one made of spiritual matter called.
It was so big that people were questioning. Like, why did they give him such a big sword to walk around? And I'm not sure, but I think Kubo, the creator, listened to people's commentary on that, and they were like, oh yeah, that kind of doesn't make sense for him to walk around with a blade that big. So they changed it a little later. So
Reishi. He can wield vast amounts of spiritual energy, called Ryoku, and exert it offensively in the form of spiritual pressure, or Reiatsu.
Yeah,
okay, that's a lot of big words, but all it really means is he's a super-powered ghost with an epic sword. His spirit aura is so strong, he can stun lock foes, crushing them under his own power, even fatally.
He controls spirit matter in and around him, hardening his skin for defense and leaping off.
Do I remember the term? No, it's Reitsu, not Ryoku. Maybe I didn't pay attention to that name, term. It's potential, yeah. Hakuda? Can he use Hakudos? I thought it was Hakudo, not Hakuda. Reishi manipulation. Yep, flight. Blood vein. Yes, from Miss Quincy forms. Fusion of Shinigami and Hollow powers. Yep. Manifestation of Quincy powers, yeah.
Invisible
He's a mutt. They call that man a mutt.
Skills like Shunpo, he can virtually fly.
Say goodbye to the kid who beat up bullies for their lunch money, and hello to the town's new superhero with fellow Ghostbusters, Orihime, Chad, and Uryu. Plus Rukia, it was the Shinigami's job to tear Hollows a new hole.
Yes,
while balancing responsibility.
I'm sorry, but sometimes I watch anime through its entirety, but there's some things I don't, store in the old memory bank. So forgive me if I'm relearning some things here and there.
At school, of course. GPA comes first, and maybe a round or two of tech.
But it wouldn't be possible without his Shinigami blade, a Zanpakuto. It's basically a super-powered spirit that's physically a sword. Ghost sword.
Though strangely, Ichigo's sword is composed of two distinct spirits, both named Zangetsu, which isn't confusing at all.
Just call him Old Man Zangetsu and Hollow Zangetsu. Anyway, the double ghost sword gives Ichigo lots of new moves, including his trademark attack, the sword beam to end all sword beams. Getsuga Tensho!
Getsuga Tensho is incredibly powerful and so effective that Ichigo developed
the most iconic
he can
anime
fire
attack.
it as a wave, detonate it mid-attack to act as a barrier, and combine two at once into the even stronger Getsuga Jujisho.
To cut even the biggest hollows down to size, Ichigo was ridiculously strong, even from frame 1.
He can make giant shockwaves and parry spiritual light beams from a Menos Grande. And these aren't fake, slower-than-light lasers. Guidebooks confirm they're real light, and the novels say so too.
Plus, early on, Uryu moved so fast that he left his own shadow behind.
But as Ichigo became more involved with the Soul Society, he quickly found that he wasn't good enough.
This Byakuya guy's so fast, Ichigo can't even see him. Time for a good old-fashioned training arc. Hit the music!
Until now, Zangetsu had operated only in its base state, Shikai. So Ichigo learned to release its inner power.
Okay, big butter knife.
A 10 times boost that takes most Shinigami a decade to master.
Bankai, his speed skyrocketed, letting him turn the tables on douchebag Byakuya. Even in Shikai, he blocked an attack that could destroy the whole frickin' Soul Society.
Because Ichigo's greatest gift is his potential to improve. Despite only being a teenager, he
manifest 2 Zanpakutos, gets with Jujisho, half hollow fusion, high speed regeneration. Sero, he can shoot Seros when he's in his hollow form. Man, the boy is a beast. Hollow mask, full hollow, full bring Shikai, skull clad. Yup. Bankai skull clad finally gets good attention.
Mastered swordsmanship well enough to thrash experts who had been training for centuries. He can quickly adapt to new weapons and styles mid-fight, surpassing his limits time and time again.
Both of these.
Like when he took on Catboy Grimjow. He was getting clamped, but as soon as he heard Orihime cheering him on, that was all he needed to smash that kitty.
The first time when they met and he had him in the city and he was just piecing him up, he was giving him that 60 piece to the face, to the mug. That was egregious. I was like, yo, please, brother, swing back or fall down, something. It was crazy.
Grimjow, right?
Yeah, but even with that main character energy, Ichigo couldn't match Big Bad Aizen. With just a finger, Aizen stopped Ichigo's Bankai and his theme song. Rude.
Ichigo needed to tap into his unexplained hollow power.
Yes! I loved this when I first saw this. I was like, whoa, this is insane. Oh, I hit the wrong thing. There we go.
wasn't going to make it easy.
Old Man Zhang's pretty chill, but
yo.
this guy's a menace.
Still, Ichigo needed his
Hold
help and
up.
conjured a hollow mask to expand his
Yes.
power. But this meant the
one
hollow
of the best things, best sights in anime. Him in his hollow mask form. The amount of cosplays, art, and everything that has been spawned from the image of him in
within
that form
only grew stronger.
Masked up, he can fire lasers, bypass super senses, and heal lost limbs.
Oh,
but piss him off enough,
oh
and he'll
Lord.
go full hollow. And you really don't want that.
I still to this day want to cosplay that. I definitely want to cosplay that. I'm making it my lifelong mission. That's in the bucket list. I gotta cosplay that at form right there. The whole skull with the horns and the long hair. The face paint, the body paint's gonna be that's gonna be a task. I'll see if I want to do the body paint. I may do a version where it's like, because there is a black and white mask version of him. So I don't know. Maybe we'll see.
Bankai, and was enough to crush Ukiura in a battle that shook
Although, yeah, I
all
could
of
probably
Mundo,
commit to it.
the
I could
world of
commit.
hollows.
Full hollow Ichigo could even tear
Gotta get
through
the right,
all 3 layers of hell.
But with
Yeah,
help from his
in the
secret
movie,
Shinigami
when he
father,
went to hell.
Ichigo continued to train for months in the Dangai, a corridor between dimensions, until he was
really
finally
good.
ready to challenge Aizen.
Challenge
Yeah,
is an
baseball.
understatement. He manhandled Aizen, shattered
No,
metals with
over
sheer
here.
aura, and flexed so hard he smashed out of the black coffin,
Yup,
which
he said,
crushes
"What you
space
doing?
like
Get
a
this mess
mini
outta
black
here."
hole.
And yet, it still wasn't enough. So by becoming Getsuga itself, Ichigo unleashed his ultimate attack, Mugetsu, defeating Aizen.
Unfortunately, kind of wasn't enough
He
to
might
take
have
him out.
saved everyone, but now it was back to
It wasn't enough to
Normiville.
kill him, but
Ichigo
it
never
was definitely
truly
enough
realized
to
until then just how
mortally
much being
maim
a
him.
Shinigami meant to him. The power to protect others, his
Enough
drive,
for
his
them to
pride
steal
in
him.
himself was gone. He would give anything
Yeah,
to
and
get
he
it back.
gave the stuff
And
up.
he did, thanks to a surprise assist from Rukia. Boom! Shinigami again!
Just
That-
in time for a 1,000-year
Yeah,
war
and
with
I
the final
liked how they reshaped the big blade. It was still big, but the form, it looked really good. Oh Lord. Whew, some of these Quincy's.
Lengen
let me
boss,
not.
Yuhabak.
Who planned to end
Yuhabak.
everything.
That's
and
how they
while other
pronounce it in
Shinigami
English?
tried their
Oh,
best,
Yuak.
only Ichigo was special
Yuak.
enough to pull it off.
His father was a Shinigami.
Abak,
His mother
bak,
was a
bak.
member of the ancient Quincy's and possessed by a hollow. Hence,
Yeah.
his two Sanbakto spirits, one Quincy,
how he
the
got
other
his.
hollow and Shinigami, made Ichigo a perfect union to break Yuhabak's plan. Finally, Ichigo understood himself, fully unifying with both Zanpakuto spirits within. With that came a new Shikai and 2 new Zanpakuto.
Yes.
True Shikai! If you thought Ichigo was strong before,
Now, I kind of winced at this at first. The regular blade and the smaller blade at first. I was like, I don't know how this looks. But then I saw him fight with it, and I was like, you know what? Okay, it works. Like, it works. I'll go with it. It's actually not bad.
oh boy, he's the strongest Shinigami alive. Or
Yep.
dead. Undead? Yeah.
Stronger than Kanbachi, who could split the Dangai in
Outside
half.
of life.
Stronger
That's
than
right.
Senjumaru, who shook heaven and earth across the realms. And strong enough to match Yuhabak, even after he absorbed the Soul King.
Juiced up with Soul King power, Yuhabak could nuke all 3 realms. The human world, Soul Society, and Hueco Mundo.
Yep.
Plus the Dangai and Garganta in between, which have a bunch of
Just
pocket
clear
dimensions
all of
sprinkled
it
in.
and start
Hell,
again.
just the Soul King's corpse sent a shockwave across all the realms.
And it's not a matter of disrupting the flow of souls. Yuhabak was going to end everything through sheer power alone.
But
Yep.
Ichigo still wasn't done powering up.
Entering a new half-hollow form and merging his Getsuga Tencho with a mighty hollow attack,
Yeah.
the Grand Ray Sero.
Making a giant crescent slash that rips through space itself.
All that
And they've
power
yet to do this in
culminating in
the
his
anime.
true
It's
Bankai.
coming out this year,
A
I
power
think.
so great,
The
even
next season.
Yuhabak was scared
But this
of
is the
it.
last part
Joke's
of
on
the
you.
this
Ichigo
season.
didn't even need it. You're done.
Ichigo was finally content. And 10 years later, he remains a Shinigami, having found the courage to stand on the edge of life and death, conquer his fears, and walk onward.
I always appreciated his involvement of him having like Mexican or Latino guitar sounds in his show. So he's so cultured in bass for having that in there. I was like, oh, that's really good on him to have that. You know, it really shows how wide versed he is in cultural stuff and everything. Really good by Kubo. Really
Most
good.
teenagers have no idea what they want to do.
Now we go back.
However, that was hardly a problem for juvenile delinquent Yusuke Urameshi, because he only ever wanted to do one thing:
throw hands. It don't matter who the ups are, be they women, old
now
folk,
I will
or babies,
believe he is 5'8". I will believe he's 5'8". Because Yusuke standing next to some other people looks a kind of average to short stature. So yes, I'll believe.
It's what gave life meaning. Who
Oh,
cares
like
about
Virtua
stupid
Fighter.
things like friends and family?
Which is why it was so surprising when one day he threw himself in front of a speeding car to save a child, bringing that reckless life to a screeching halt.
Truck-kun claims another victim.
Yeah.
But this is chapter
Well,
1 of
that
a
was
battle
car,
shonen, so death is hardly the end.
Yes.
Surprisingly, though, it wasn't a spooky skeleton in a hood who arrived to claim Yusuke's
No,
soul.
it wasn't.
It was a blue-haired anime girl on a broomstick.
This was Botan, whose job was to ferry Yusuke's
This
newly
was a
deceased spirit
blue-haired
off to
daddy.
the afterlife.
Unfortunately, or I guess fortunately for him, he was such an asshole that the underworld didn't see his selfless death coming and didn't have any space prepared for him. Imagine being such a menace to society that the second you do something nice, hell itself gets caught with its pants down.
So the underworld surrogate king, Koenma, offered Yusuke an alternative. He could return to life as an agent of the afterlife, a spirit detective.
Like imagine you get that second chance. It's like you die abruptly. You're a bit of a twat in your life, but you get a second chance like that. Man. Oh, hopefully. Oh, I don't know. I don't think that would happen for me, but just imagine if that happens. It's like, oh, that'd be so crazy.
Solving supernatural crimes and fighting off demonic threats to humanity.
Naturally, Yusuke did what anyone would do in that situation, and
offer.
told Satan Jr. to stuff it. I mean, he was never really good for anything, and no one was gonna miss him. So what's the point of coming back to life? It's not like his mom would be sad, or his childhood sweetheart Keiko would be heartbroken, or even his rival Kuwabara would shed manly tears. Oh, man.
At the sight of loved ones who cared far more than he ever expected, Yusuke had a change of heart and accepted Koenma's offer, returning to life with a new purpose and a new job.
And newfound ass-kicking ability. In his quest to beat the dog shit out of demon kind, Yusuke learned to harness Reiki, or spirit energy. He's ridiculously strong, fast, and durable. Heals from wounds quickly, and can see spirits invisible to mortal men.
Even early on, Yusuke could parry Suzaku's lightning arrows, which are formed from real lightning called down from the sky.
Spirit gun, spirit shotgun, spirit wave, spirit punch, gold energy. Yeah. Accelerated healing berries. Ozaku from that's where he has the long hair and the tattoos.
Guy, and with the help of legendary warrior Genkai, he mastered a signature move that could blast anyone to smithereens.
My favorite shonen move ever, the Spirit Gun. At first, Yusuke had a limited number of shots, but eventually he turned it into his personal WMD. Stronger than any weapon on Earth, he could go finger blasting around as much as he wants.
The Spirit Gun is more versatile than it appears. Yusuke can bounce it off surfaces for sneak attacks, propel himself around like a rocket in flight, and produce massive explosions with each shot.
He can twist it up for a spirit shotgun, a mighty AoE blast, or a spirit punch where he keeps the energy stored in his fists and clobbers the hell out of you. And the spirit wave, a Kamehameha from before we uncultured Americans knew what a Kamehameha was.
Yusuke may be a punk, but he's deceptively skilled and cunning in battle.
He's not afraid to fight dirty, ruin his shoes, using sleight of hand to place cigarettes on his foe to track them in the dark.
Personally, I'd call that smart. And his hand-to-hand is A+. He's matched experts like Kabano, who's said to have mastered all forms of martial combat.
But his best secret is how quickly he improves. All it takes is a round of training or someone threatening his friends, and Yusuke's power will spike to match stronger enemies, even if it means literally burning through his own life force for a power-up.
All known demons and demon fighters are individually ranked on a scale of power from E to S.
E and D class demons are nothing special. We're talking local threats at best. C and B are getting a bit dicey in a destroy your city kind of way. A and S? Well, hold on to your ass. We're talking into the world.
As Yusuke forged bonds with new allies, like demons Hiei and Kurama, as well as his old pal Kuwabara, he found himself facing opponents he couldn't beat, such as the monstrous Toguro, who could vaporize weaker demons and crush their souls with sheer...
Oh, I just had to pause it on that, didn't I? I used to cringe when I saw him in that state. It's like he shoved something under his skin. Like, no, it looked like he shoved, you ever played football? There's like pads when football players wear their the shoulder pads. Like it's this whole thing where it's like you have it on your both shoulders or it spans. You guys know what? Why am I trying to? So it's like it looked like he had shoulder pads underneath his skin in those veins around his traps looked like those yellow I guess pad things from Dragon Ball. It looks so gross. Blech.
Aura. But Yusuke needed to survive and protect his loved ones, so he had no choice but to rank up, even if it meant absorbing the power of a small star. Thanks, Genkai!
Our sun has an average luminosity of 380 septillion watts, or joules per second. Small stars like red dwarfs output about 1/10,000th of that. So this spirit orb's energy per second would equal about 9 million megatons of TNT.
Enough to send Toguro to the grave.
Even after pushing past his own limits, Yusuke would still need more power to face S-class threats like Sensui, a past spirit detective gone bad, and a great measuring stick for what top-tier demons are capable of.
Sensui was so yoked he couldn't even use all his power in the human world without threatening to bring down the whole thing. He compared destroying the whole goddamn planet to kicking an anthill.
According to Genkai, Yusuke could destroy the planet too, if he really wanted. And even A-class threats like King Enma have shaken both the demon and human worlds.
I didn't know that. Alright, so there are reasons why he's on the same team as Ichigo.
Who could eradicate the entire human world and remake the Netherworld.
But Yusuke's power surpassed both of them to the point where he overloaded Yakumo with his own energy. And do keep in mind, Yusuke was still only A-class at the time, a far cry from S-classes like Sensui, whose sacred energy was 10 times his superior.
But not for long, sucker, because turns out Yusuke was a demon himself.
Literally. Yusuke is the descendant of an ancient and incredibly powerful being, one of the strongest in existence, Ryzen, the Demon King.
With his Bazoku mark, Yusuke can channel Ryzen's spirit for a huge
the 90s version
and a massive thirst for murder.
I really hope
this was his first taste of a...
I really do hope that they revamp it, like they did with Hunter x Hunter, because Hunter x Hunter was originally 90s anime as well, and you saw, everybody knows how that came back and looked spectacular. It looked amazing. So I'm hoping. I don't think we've had official word about them redoing this, but I'm hoping they do the same with this in the future. I would love Yu Yu Hakusho 2027 or 2028. That would be really great.
Dangerous new type of spirit energy.
Wholeheartedly.
A form of energy used by demons. Like normal Reiki, it can be amplified by intense emotions. Unlike normal Reiki, its use creates a pleasurable feeling, feeding into the user's rage and bloodlust, the feral animal within.
So Yusuke upgraded his spirit gun to a demon gun. It's the same thing, but red. Oh, and it's strong enough to blast Sensui past the horizon, putting Yusuke's power firmly in S-class.
And making him a prime candidate to rule the demon world. But as he was thrust into a tournament vying for that throne, Yusuke began to wonder if all this power was what he really wanted.
Self-reflection? From I'll kick your ass, Yusuke Urameshi? Nah, we can worry about that later. There's a tournament to win. Which one of you, girl, baby, or grandparents is first?
Even then, as Yusuke took on the Demon King Yomi.
Yes, because Eddie, if you know anything about Yusuke, is that he is an equal opportunity butt whooper. That man, he will put BTA on anybody. You don't care what you got between your legs. He will beat that ass. He will get that belt to that
In
butt.
an epic final battle, he was still growing. He had become far stronger than before, even achieving a unique version of the Mozoku form separate from Raizen's influence.
And a brand spanking new form of power.
Not like
Kinda like Sensui's sacred energy, but even better. It's so unprecedented, it doesn't even have a name, but it's golden glowy.
Strong enough to clash with Yomi, creating an explosion that split the heavens above and decimated the Okunin tree below, pushing the Demon King himself to his absolute limits.
But then, Yusuke lost. It's not all bad though. Even if being king would have been cool, Yusuke realized he wanted something more. He'd grown up and chose to walk a new path.
It was always Yusuke's connections with others that motivated him above all else. And it was in those connections that he found his happy ending.
But I wouldn't piss him off if you can avoid it. Get him in the right mood or threaten the human world, and the spirit detective will beat your stupid ass.
Okay.
Long has its return been foretold, but now, finally, it is reborn.
The original Death Battle shirt that once dominated the world. Hell,
even better, kind of like a
and even more by
Go ahead and support Death Battle
merch at deathbattle.gg.
Their website. Okay, before we get started, who y'all got? Who y'all got? You got Ichigo, you got Yusuke. I got Ichigo. I think even with those feats for Yusuke, I still think Ichigo is gonna come out on top. But let's see who will win the battle.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
Okay. Hold the right. I do appreciate when they go back to go back and choose the sprite animation. Alright, basic. Oh, using the booster. The spirit wave, nice. You got all both hands. They can. Ooh. Oh, he's still using those things where people fight with the fist. Why? Sir? Okay, he does fight like a like a jerk. That's so, I was like, what's he pointing at? Yo! Hello. What did you hear? Ooh.
Chop change.
Human gun. You get ready?
Reckless.
Face bombed him. Oh yeah, into the
little demon energy got you scared.
Nah. I deal with that on the reg.
Getsuga! Do it once? Damn, why didn't I think of that?
Good.
Give in to me, Yusuke. Let's devour him together.
Hell no! This is my fight, jackass! You just told me back!
Yeah, he did the thing! He did the Ukiura thing! He did the Ukiura face palm plunge.
This was a piece of work. Need a hand, partner? Let's do it.
Right,
Psycho times.
Right, they get you. Yeah. Hey, right.
Is that the best you can do?
Oh, yeah.
I can go even faster if you'd
I
like.
love it. I want all the callbacks.
Hell yeah! Bring it on, asshole! I'll kill you even if it kills me! I'm putting it all on the line! You better
Break
do
the sword!
same! Screw that!
No? Okay. Yeah, Zero. Oh. His hand?
Give me a freaking break.
See you on the other side.
Okay, I'll take it. Yep, yep. I'll take it. Yeah.
Flyer miles?
There's a lot to cover here, so let's break this down
Let's
into
go.
4
Break it
chapters,
down, break it
starting with their
down.
abilities.
Yusuke could see Ichigo no problem,
Yeah.
and resist auras like Taguro's that are similar to Reiatsu, so Ichigo couldn't
Yeah.
cheese a win right away.
Yep.
Otherwise, Yusuke
spirit
was
pressure,
outmatched.
spirit
Sure,
power,
the Spirit Gun could potentially match
spirit
the Getsuga
energy.
Tensho, and he had stat-boosting forms like the Mizoku. Ichigo, however, had more varied powers, a better healing factor, greater stamina given his months of Dongai training,
And all those swords. He just had way more abilities to play with.
Likewise, speed was a fairly easy call. Yusuke could react to lightning early on, and obviously got much faster over time. Looking at this blast from his clash with Yomi, it erupted upwards at 57% the speed of light.
But Ichigo was faster than light from the start, and he's gotten faster too. He couldn't even see Byakuya at first, but blitzed him in the rematch. Plus, he's got tons of training and power-ups since then.
The Soul King Shockwave, for example, expanded across the realms at thousands of times light speed, and Ichigo reacted to attacks from Soul King Yuhabak that utilized the same power. So, Ichigo takes speed. But Yusuke's fought plenty of foes faster and more varied than him, so it's extremely important to examine their tactics and ability to adapt mid-fight.
This is kind of both their things. Ichigo has styled on guys with centuries of training and has over a decade of experience as a Shinigami. He's pretty good at figuring out new weapons and styles.
Meanwhile, Yusuke was flexible and quick to adapt, mixing cleverness with exceptional hand-to-hand. He's good enough to match Kabano, who mastered every martial art. Ichigo's decent at hand-to-hand, but it's not his go-to in the same way.
Yeah, it's not his go. He's
both
more
had their
sword
strong
fighter.
suits, with advantages on each side. It's fair to call this one a draw.
Leaving only the biggest winning factor, which could have superseded all other advantages: power.
Between Sensui,
Yep,
Genkai, and
this was
Enma,
the-
Yusuke could definitely destroy the planet.
This was the
Examining his
be-all, end-all
sky-splitting clash with Yomi
point.
and measuring its scale, that's about 4 quadrillion megatons of TNT,
Yo!
which is crazy.
Similarly, mid-series Ichigo could shake Huecomundo, tear through hell, and block attacks that could destroy the Soul Society. But at his peak, he beat Yuhabak, who could destroy several realms, which is far more impressive than just
that
one.
was the
To be
point
fair-
that I thought was gonna put him over. It's like Yusuke can destroy the worlds, maybe 2 worlds, but those are 2 worlds, not 2 realms.
Yusuke also beat Yakumo, who could threaten 2 realms at the same time.
Okay, yeah.
Pretty close to Yuhabak's threatening 3.
And Yusuke far surpassed Yakumo afterward. The gap between him and Sensui alone was 10 times. So there could be an argument for Yusuke's power surpassing Ichigo if 3 realms was truly Ichigo's limit.
Fortunately for Ichigo, it's not. Yuhabak was also going to destroy the Garganta, which has at least 29 pocket dimensions inside it.
Each containing at least a planet and star, much larger than Yusuke's planet-sized worlds. Plus, Ichigo matched Yuhabak in True Shikai, without his additional boost from Half Hollow and True Bankai.
As always with Death
I
Battle,
didn't know
there's
that
arguments
about
either
Bankai.
way. But the way we see it, even being generous with Yusuke's power and conservative with Ichigo's, the gap was just too big, giving Ichigo the final edge.
Ain't got
Sorry if things got messy, but that's just how
Messy.
Ichi goes.
The winner
Yo,
is
it's
Ichigo
all good.
Kurosaki.
Next time on
Yay!
Death
All right,
Battle.
what we got next time? Ooh, Metal Sonic versus oh, that's not a fight.
Subscribe
Okay.
and join as a member to see more Death Battle.
not a
Thanks
fight.
for watching.
Death Battle is back.
You're gonna
and
have to
so
give
is
me
our
a
new tabletop game.
piece. I don't think that's a fight at all. I think that's a squash. That's definitely a squash. Well, they did do a Vegeta versus Shadow battle before. Still, that's a squash. Man, I don't know. Okay, great video by Death Battle. Who did you guys have? Who were you guys rooting for? Was it a great Death Battle for you? Did you like the animation? I liked the animation. I thought it was pretty good. But yeah, we gonna check out that Cell versus Metal Sonic one. That's I'm saying it right now. That's a squash. I'm sorry. I don't. Maybe it's because I don't read the Archie comics, the Sonic comics all too much, but I'm based off of from the video games. I don't think he's messing with Cell. I really don't. But we'll see. We'll see. All right. If you guys like this video, go ahead and give it a like and subscribe. Go hit those two buttons. It helps the channel out a bunch, a ton, an insurmountable amount. You have no idea how much it helps. But yeah, thank you guys for joining me. I shall holler at y'all on the next one.